Highly Strung Hannah by Robert Chantler. This week, one flew into the cuckoo's nest.
I hope this works out all right.
Me too. I mean, we don't need the extra money really, do we?
You said we did the other day.
I know, but that was before I had second thoughts. I mean, having strangers in our house.
We'll vet them first. If everyone thought like that, there'd be no bed and breakfasts to stay in.
All right, we'll see. How many have we got to see?
3.
The first one's due any minute. How do I look?
She's come to see the flat, not you.
She's called Evie. Unusual name.
No, it's not. 2 of the students on the new undergrad chemistry course are called Evie. One's a goth and the other one's, well, just ordinary, really.
Well, we'll find out what Evie's like in a minute.
We don't have to have her. We only have 1 spare room and there are 3 people coming today. 2 have to be voted off the island.
Hello, I'm Evie. I won't shake good hands. I've just cleansed them thoroughly with my lavender hand wipes. Steering wheels have more germs than toilet seats. Did you know that? Anyway, nice to meet you.
You too. Come in. Don't worry about shaking hands. I don't shake people's hands either. 25% of people don't wash their hands after they use the toilet. Did you know that?
So I believe. I'll just take my shoes off if I may. I don't want to bring germs into your lovely home. Lounge through here, is it?
Yes, come on in.
I'm sure I've met her somewhere before. So, Evie, what brings you looking?
Sorry. I always wipe over anything I sit on in anyone else's house. Their standards might not be as exacting as mine. No offence.
None taken.
Hannah's a hygiene freak as well. I assure you there's nowhere cleaner. Even my clean lab's dirtier than the cushion covers.
I'm not a hygiene freak. I just like being one up in the war against germs. They're everywhere, you know. Look, there's one. And another one. See?
Not without a microscope.
I can't see them, but I know they're there. They're everywhere. Even as we've been talking, we've released millions into the air of this very room. Hang on while I use my mouth spray. When it comes to killing germs, these mouth sprays can't be beaten. They're brilliant.
Tim's a microbiologist. He spent his whole life studying germs and bugs and stuff.
Oh, wow, fascinating. We can spend whole evenings just talking about bugs and germs. Fantastic.
Joyful.
Well, would you like to see your room?
Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, this seems nice. Just let me check for germs. You spray this on the floor like this, and then with this ultraviolet light, you can see if there are any germs.
She's worse than you.
There's a little glow. Someone hasn't hoovered properly. I better check the mattress for bed bugs. You can see them in the crevices, you know.
There's no bed bugs in this house. Are you saying I'm not clean enough?
No. Well, yes, I suppose so, but that's all right. I can help you be cleaner. I can talk to Tim about germ theory, and then I can help you with germ practical.
Right. And you have references, details, I trust?
Yes, here.
Yes, thank you.
You'd have the sole use of the adjacent bathroom, as we have an ensuite, and the run of the house, of course, for £400 a month.
Very reasonable for Shepperton.
I think so.
Well, I'm working in an interior design store in Staines, so I need to be somewhere nearer, really. I come from Bournemouth.
Oh, lovely.
Well, do I wait to hear from you?
Yes, we'll let you know.
One down, 2 to go.
What if all 3 are nutters?
Heaven forbid.
She said I didn't keep a clean house. She's a germ freak. How could anyone live with someone like that? Let's hope Joe is a bit more suitable. Time to find out.
Anna and Tim?
Yes, I'm Hannah. This is Tim.
I know, I'm Joe.
Joe.
Joe, what do you want? A birth certificate?
No. Yes, do come in.
I was going to. Through here?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, do sit down.
I was going to.
Well...
Right, I'm going to put them on the table.
Oh, no, don't do that. I don't want my Tim to feel inadequate.
He means his cards, darling, not his bollocks.
Oh.
Anyway, what do you mean?
I got a place already. Luxury flat on the Thames by Tower Bridge.
Wow, you're doing all right for yourself then?
Yeah, I just need to base myself a little outside London for a few months, just till this big deal gets sorted.
Oh, right. What do you do then?
Shipping and a bit of pest control on the side.
Right.
What are the neighbours like?
All right. Next door we have a chief superintendent.
All right. Thanks for the warning. Good.
Number 17 plays his radio sometimes when he's out in the garden. A bit loud, but we keep it quiet.
Right, well, once I've moved in, if I hear his radio, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go round there and tell him if I hear his radio again, I'll stuff it so far up his arse, he'll be farting Chris Moyles for the rest of his life.
Oh, nasty.
It's bad enough listening to him.
We're Radio 4 people.
Right, I'll make a note of that. Well, I'd expect you'd like me to look around. This way?
Yes, just... Oh, God, Tim! We can't have him. He's a gangster. Look at the size of him. Look at that face. Oh, I bet even the minnow craps itself.
If we tell him no, he might send the boys around with baseball bats.
Oh, no.
It's all right, I'll protect you.
Oh, darling, I love you to bits, but be honest. You couldn't punch your way out of a paper bag.
Oh, thanks.
I reckon he's killed people with his bare hands.
Gangsters always have lots of money. That's probably how he bought his pad. Ill-gotten gains. Money with menaces.
Shh.
I love the place, but there is a problem. After a hard day's grafting, I like a nice long wallow in the bath, and your bath ain't wide enough. I really tried. Even after I cracked it, I wouldn't fit.
You cracked it?
Yeah, not a problem, is it?
No. What's a crack?
Him up the road with his radio will find out when I go round there. I can't stand antisocial behaviour. I won't have it.
Well, it really doesn't bother us. But if he plays it too loud, I'll go and knock and ask him nicely to turn it down.
Yeah, you do that. And then I'll go round and stuff that radio.
Don't worry, Joe. Not your problem. You've got enough on your plate.
Right. Well, if I can't have a bath, it ain't going to work. I won't hold it against you.
Well, that's good, because it's still in the bathroom, isn't it?
I mean, I won't hold it against you that I can't be your tenant.
No, well, never mind.
I'll see myself out. Oh, by the way, I like you. So if anyone gives you any grief, here's my cards. Call me, and I'll put my boots so far up their arse, they'll be able to clean it with their tongue. Right?
OK, bye, don't crack the door.
You trying to be funny, son?
No.
Just joking.
Hannah.
I'll protect you, you big girl.
Thank God he turned us down.
Yeah, pest control gangster, slang for wasting people.
You're very well informed.
I'm with it with the kids.
You're a nutter. Mind you, it's made me wonder about whether we should take a tenant at all. I mean, what if we'd been stuck with Joe?
He cracked our bath. He should pay for that.
Well, you go and ask him for the money then. I'll go and look. If it's just near the top, we can still use it.
Well, I need to have my bath tonight.
Well, let's go and see, and then if we need a new one, we'll get one. We can pop to the bath store at Staines. We were going to get the bathroom redecorated anyway, so you could have a spa bath. Maybe we'll just move that event forward a bit.
Yeah, I suppose. We've got another potential tenant in half an hour. Oh, darling, I can't take much more of this.
Look, the next one might be really nice for all you know.
Hello, I'm Hannah.
Philip.
Well, come through to the lounge and have a seat.
Thanks.
So, what do you do?
Well, I'm on a 6-month secondment at the University Medical School.
Ah, would you like some tea?
Yes, please.
Back in a second.
So what's your field?
I don't usually say it. It makes some people feel uncomfortable.
Ah, you do colonoscopies, don't you?
No.
Kettle won't be long. So you're a doctor then?
Yes.
You're not a gynaecologist, are you?
No.
Have you got a lot of stuff?
All belongings? Not really. They're mostly at my proper home. But I have some books and a few cases.
Oh, well, that's fine. There's enough room in your room for that. You'd have the run of the house, obviously. The spare room is quite big, and there's an adjacent bathroom, which is all yours because we use the ensuite in our room and our son's at college.
Well, first impression's very favourable. I'm sure you'll find my references satisfactory.
I'm sure. I'm getting good vibes from you. You should have been earlier. We've had a right pair of nutbags.
Really? Right.
Well, let me show you your room. I'm sure it'll meet with your approval.
So, a doctor. Lovely.
Yes, free consultations 24/7. Lovely.
He might want a bit off his rent.
I'm sure we can work something out.
So, who gave him the good news?
Tim's ringing him today.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Very good. Who gave you permission to eavesdrop?
No one, but I'm the manager.
Right.
GP?
He's fine. He's a lovely guinea pig.
Not your guinea pig, the doctor.
I doubt it. He's on a placement at the University Medical School.
Oh well, useful to have as a lodger.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Tiddles, we've got a new lodger. He's a doctor. Yes, he is. What's that? Oh, you're a nosy bear, aren't you? Mr. Tiddles, Mummy doesn't know, but Mummy's going to go and find out. Oh!
Sorry, did I startle you?
Yes, how long have you been there?
Oh, not long. I didn't want to be rude while you were talking to your bear.
Oh, yes, this is Mr. Tiddles. I often talk to him. He's a very wise bear, you know.
Is he really?
I don't just talk to him, you understand. He talks back, don't you, Mr. Tiddles? Yes, Hannah?
Lovely. Well, I'm just going to have a glass of wine. Would you like one?
Yes, but I'll pour it. I like it in my personal glass, and I always make sure I have to have exactly 50 mils.
What is your personal glass?
The one engraved with Hannah's glass, hands off.
Why do you use special glass, if you don't mind me asking?
Using a glass someone else has used is a hygiene issue. Surely, as a doctor, you must know that. When Tim and I used to go to a restaurant, I bring my own plate, which is bright yellow, so I know where they've used it. And I bring my own cutlery and my own glass, which is also bright yellow. I had it specially made.
Right. Well, you are cautious.
And we never eat anywhere with anything less than a 5-star hygiene rating. And if they won't tell us what they've scored, we won't eat there. Tim thinks I'm fussy, but I just tell him it's for his own good.
Hello, darling.
Darling, did you have a nice day?
Yes. Hello, Philip.
Tim, Hannah and I were just about to have a drink.
From my special glass.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, I hope you'll be happy here.
I think I will be. Your wife is a fascinating lady.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, she is, and she always was. And I wouldn't want her any other way, would I, darling?
Well, you can on Fridays.
Yes, thank you. I'm sure Philip doesn't want to hear about our sex life.
Well, no.
Tim's really good.
Hannah!
Sorry, I don't normally tell things like that to strangers. It must be some of influence you exert. Like talking thoughts out of my head or making me tell you things. You know, with some sort of telepathy or something. You know what I mean?
I think I see what you mean.
Philip.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I think he's up to something. He seems really nice, but he seems... When he talks to me, he says one thing, but he means something else. It's like there's a subtext, you know what I mean?
Not really, darling. I think he just realises that you have unique qualities that he's never met before, and he's just being reserved.
He thinks I'm mental, doesn't he?
Why should he think you were mental? Apart from the fact that you drink out of your own bright yellow glass. The fact that you don't let it clink against our glasses. The fact you carry your teddy bear around the house and talk to it.
Yes, he eavesdropped on me. You know, I was talking to Mr. Tiddles and he was standing in the doorway listening. Not very polite, is it?
Well, he probably didn't want to interrupt your quality bear time.
Well, that's what he said.
Well then.
Haven't you wondered why he didn't tell us what he was doing?
No, he's a private person. Maybe he deals with bowel problems or something, or skin disorders.
Is that why he didn't want to say anything? Because he thinks my skin isn't perfect and he doesn't want to embarrass me. I bet he's a plastic surgeon.
Well, then we better not sit him too near the fire in case he melts.
Not funny.
Anyway, your skin's fine.
Well, I don't like people hiding things from me.
Yes, well, I don't like you telling strangers about our sex life either, okay?
Sorry, it's hard not to want to tell people when it's so good.
Well, please try. And don't go snooping into Philip's business.
As if I would. I'm just curious, that's all.
You're paranoid.
No, I'm not. I just know he's hiding something.
Tim's right, Han. He sounds like a perfectly nice person who just likes his privacy. He's a doctor. Who cares what field he's in? Isn't having a doctor good enough?
The way he was with me, it's almost like he was being patronising without being patronising. You with me?
No.
Hang on, let's Google him. Philip Williams. 3,700,000. Oh, great. How about Philip Williams, doctor? Oh, dear.
If you know what he looks like, do an image search on his name.
Oh, yes. There are hundreds.
Well, tell me when you find the match. I'll get on with your work, as usual.
Thank you. Here he is.
Don't shout out like that. I nearly had a heart attack.
Look, Dr. Philip Williams, psych.
He's a psychiatrist. Oh, isn't fate wonderful?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, of all the things your lodger could have been.
You saying I'm mental?
Well, a bit.
I have to ring Tim right now.
Hello, Tim Spencer.
Darling, it's me. Philip, he's a...
Come on, the suspense is killing me. He's a what?
a psychiatrist.
Oh, is he? Oh, yes, well, I guess that would explain his reluctance to tell you.
Why? Because he thinks I'm mental. And doesn't want to say anything. I'm not mental.
Look, darling, let's talk about it tonight. I'm sure the last thing he wants to do after a day analysing nutters is to analyse another one.
Tim?
We'll talk tonight. Goodbye.
Tim! He's put the phone down on me.
Well, maybe he's busy. What can he do about it?
Throw him out?
Hasn't he signed a tenancy agreement?
So?
Well then, unless he breaks it, you can't throw him out. I'm sure a clause that he'd breach the agreement by being a shrink isn't in there. I'm sure you're overreacting as you always do. Talk to Tim tonight. Talk to Philip. He'll understand. He's a psychiatrist.
Stop saying that. Why does everyone think I need a psychiatrist?
Who thinks you need a psychiatrist?
You? Tim?
OK, so everyone was a bit of an overstatement.
Well, I can't have a psychiatrist living with us. I don't like him anymore.
You liked him yesterday. You were going on and on about how nice he was. And just because you find out he's a nutcracker...
That's not funny. It's him or me.
Oh dear.
I don't need a psychiatrist. I'm not mental. I'm as normal as the next person.
Oh, evening, Hannah. You all right?
Yes, and I'm not mental.
Did you have a nice day at work?
Why?
Just asking.
I see. Well, yes.
Good. Well, I had a good day too.
Right.
Tea?
No, it's all right. I'm very particular about my tea. I mean, not obsessive. No, just fussy, not fussy.
All right, I understand.
Understand what?
That you like to make your tea how you like it.
Oh, right. Yes, well, I do. 1 tea bag, 1 minute, 20 seconds, exactly. 1 squeeze, just enough milk to give it the perfect taste and look.
That's very exact.
So, I'm not mental.
Well, I know. You seem to be under the impression that everyone thinks you're mental.
No, just psychiatrist.
Oh, right. Is that what this is about? You've been checking up on me.
Yes. Only as any landlady would want to vet her tenant.
And you found out I'm a psychiatric registrar.
Call yourself what you like. You're basically a shrink.
Well, I am a psychiatrist. I did all my exams, but I'm not experienced enough yet to get a consultant's post, so at the moment I'm sort of assistant.
Hello, darling, I'm home.
Tim.
Hi, Philip.
Ah, Tim, you all right? Good day?
Yes, lovely.
Don't tell him things he's psychiatrist.
I told him I had a good day at work. What's he going to do, section me?
It's not funny, Tim. These psychiatrists know everything about everyone. They know how everyone's minds work. Every remark has to be explored for some hidden motive.
Now you just sound paranoid.
Don't say that in front of the psychiatrist.
He's not a psychiatrist, he's Philip.
I'd rather he be a gynecologist. Oh, spider!
Oh no, where?
Oh, there. Oh my God!
Relax, I'll put him out. There, in the spider catcher, all safe, look.
No, don't show me. Just get rid of it.
Scared of spiders, then?
No.
Hannah, you know you shouldn't have such a mistrust of psychiatrists. We're only human, you know. I don't spend every minute of every day analysing everyone and everything. I do a day's work helping the many troubled souls out there.
Meaning?
No, not you. You know, people I see at the hospital. And I come home, have a drink, put my feet up and watch telly like everyone else.
Do you like Fraser?
Yes.
What's being a psychiatrist have to do with that? I like Frasier.
So do I, but I'm not a psychiatrist.
Well, you'd have to be a doctor first, and that's 5 to 6 years study, and the medical schools don't usually take you when you're over 30, and, well, perhaps you might want to think about psychotherapy or counselling. Experience is always valued, and I think it makes for a good therapist.
I don't have any experience of therapy.
No, I know, but my point is, say you underwent an analysis, get to know yourself better. That insight, and the fact that you've been a part of the process, will give you the emotional growth you need to be a good therapist.
So, I'm not mental then? Tim says I am.
No, I don't. I wouldn't dare.
Well, you imply it just because I talk to Mr. Tiddles and he talks back. Just because I'm particular about the personal hygiene of myself and others. Just because I have to do a ritual if a mirror breaks to protect the household from 7 years of bad luck. Just because I always take the day off if it's Friday falls on the 13th. Just because I flirt a little with strangers. Just because I'm scared of spiders. And dirt, and wasps, and tampon ants. It doesn't make me mental.
Everyone's different, Hannah. If you really want to know, I'm not a great believer in labelling people. I treat people holistically. I'm more interested in whether the way they are causes them distress. And if it doesn't, and it doesn't harm anyone else, it's not really a problem. Do you maintain a normal level of social and occupational functioning?
Yes.
Well, then you're not mental. So we would call you quirky, eccentric, colourful, highly strung, interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, but not mental. All right. And I promise, I just want to be a good tenant, and I won't be analysing you or questioning you or sending round the men with the straitjackets, OK?
OK.
Thanks, Philip. Psychiatrists to Hannah are like holy water bottles to vampires.
That's right. Anyway, Philip, I'm watching you. I'm still on guard, you know.
OK.
Good. Well, now that's sorted, shall we have a glass of wine before dinner and relax?
Good idea. I'll pour.
I'm glad you and Philip are friends. I really wondered if you might have left if you knew how uncomfortable you were.
Well, he can stay for now, but he's still on probation. If I get the slightest hint he's analysing me, or even if he thinks I should see a psychiatrist, then he goes. Either him or me. And I'll leave you to tell him that, because you're the man of the house.
Am I? Oh, OK then. Well, as the man of the house, I'm ordering you to put the light out and get some sleep.
All right. Night, Mr. Tiddles. Night, Hannah.
Tim, Hannah, can I have a word?
Yes.
Hannah's obviously...
I'm not mental.
Let him finish.
Hannah, you're obviously uncomfortable about my being here because I'm a psychiatrist. And I don't like atmospheres, so I suppose what I'm saying is I can't stay here. Sorry. I found somewhere else to rent, a small flat, where nobody can be affected by my choice of career.
You'll want your deposit back then?
I know I signed a contract and everything.
Oh, don't worry, Philip. I know my Hannah's not happy. I'd do anything to keep her happy. Wouldn't I, darling?
Yes, and I will do all sorts of things to keep my Tim happy.
Yes, I don't think Philip wants to know that, darling.
Sorry.
If I can stay to the end of the week, I only have a few cases. It won't take long to move out.
Of course.
Thank you, Philip. I'm sure you're a lovely man, but I can't have a psychiatrist in the house. I'm on the edge all the time. Not like I normally am. Shut up.
I understand. Anyway, I started on dinner tonight, so let's have some dinner and part on good terms, eh?
Okay.
Okay. It seems funny without Philip.
He's only been here a few days.
I know. I mean, I'm glad he's going, but you know what I mean. I don't want to share our house with a stranger. If we need more money, I could always go in the game.
Oh, no.
Joking, darling.
Oh, good.
Most men's hygiene isn't up to your standard. Night.
Night, darling. And don't worry, we don't need any extra money at the moment, and if we find we do, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, okay?
Yeah.
You have been listening to Nanu Chumber as Hannah, Robert Chantler as Tim, Tina Turner as Karen, Sue Ford as Evie, James Ford-Bannister as Joe, and Steve Chambers as Philip. Highly Strung Hannah was written and directed by Robert Chantler and was a Free Theatre Company production.